Tap in. Tap in. We here. We here. Wake and bake. Wake and bake. Man, let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Everybody in the building. Everybody in the building. Salute. Salute. Man, it's been a long day, long night. You know, we went in yesterday. Team Mike for the win. You know how we do, man. Look, we gotta handle that lightweight. We gotta handle that light work, I mean. You know, yeah, nah, we got it in, man. We got it in, man. Eclectic, man. What up, man? Prophet Swamper, what up, man? What up, y'all? Let's get it, man. J83, salute, Big Saul, Lot Boy. My guys, man. What's going on? We got some topics, though. We got some topics. And I mean, I know you guys probably thought it was gonna be some controversial shit or something over here, man. Ain't nothing controversial, man. When you win every fucking time, that's not controversy, man. You know, hey, we like 100-0 against the flunkies. You know, but that's how we got to do because we come prepared. We always ready. You know, we're not looking for a dead carcass to fall on the ground for us to eat. You know, we're making those carcasses. We're the ones that run around and make carcasses. You know, we don't eat them. We don't eat dead ones, right? So you gotta see what type of guy you really are and dig deep. And a lot of times the guy that you are could be very well the guys that you attract or the guys that, you know, they're in your circle. You know, these guys, you know. So we got a few topics, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Folk Man Reckless, what up? I see a few more. Old Man, salute. Smash that like button. Throw a dog a bone. You know what I'm saying? We always got some type of good stream going on, rather if it's educational, if it's hilarious. You know, they say laughing it adds years onto your life. You know, somebody probably was gonna check out in a year or two, but they got a good laugh in and put an extra couple weeks on your shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta laugh, man. I mean, we all go through shit. You can't just turn into this bitter old man that's just, you know, never could crack a smile, never could. Don't turn into that, man. Life is about enjoyment. And we come to these YouTube spaces, you know, and this is what you're gonna get on YouTube, man. You're gonna be entertained. If it's not entertaining, then we might as well just turn on the regular TV and just watch that. You know. So salute everybody that's still rocking, banging. They know that, you know, it's gonna be some hilarious moments and times, and dudes gonna show their ass on here, man. Okay, but we ready. It's a all inclusive. Everybody, you know, could chime in. Nobody's blocked, right? We got to make sure of that, man. We got to make sure of that. Okay, yeah, I'm on the BR today. I'm on the BR. Good, good. I'm over on the small joint today. You know, growing with soul. Salute to you. Salute to you. RBG. Let's get. I think I'm. Yeah, I'm kind of rolled up. I guess I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I got two halves, you know. Carolina Blue, what up? Yeah. Okay, so this the Buck. This is gonna be Buck City for now on. Now the other channel was the Buck City, but this one's gonna be the Buck City for now on. It's the best way for me to filter and know what the type of content that I want on Buck City. So the other channels just been all over the place. You know, we've been tapping into other algorithms and everything on that channel. So this one been strictly about dogs. Uh, you know, we don't really get no cracking kennels, not really no major updates or nothing like that. So it ain't no use in us even using that. Just have a dead channel. I can monitor what I do on here, and then I can control the monetization. So this one will be the one. The other one I had to go through too many changes, man, to try to get it monetized. They've been blocking me, suspending me, you know, everything, you know. I need to be monetized. Even though this one ain't monetized, no commercials, no nothing. You know, we're gonna build it up. And then you know, it's time to get it in. Or some of the streams, you know, maybe not the lives. We could just support through super chats and everything like that. But you know, after that, you know, when you do regular videos, you know, you're gonna hit the button and monetize. So looked into perfect the craft with this streaming thing and making videos. I got a couple videos that I got popping up. I got a couple new angles that I'm gonna be trying. Of course, nothing's new, but you know, it's new to me. You know, I haven't really tried a couple of these angles, so I'm gonna be trying to go in and create the best videos because that's what it's all about. It's not about copying people um and just mimicking your whole channel off of somebody else and you know thinking that you're going to get good results, but if I stretch out and actually live up to the potential that I believe I have to in this creating world, you know, nah, we'll be good, man. We'll be good. Salute though, everybody. Salute everybody, man. You know, salute the flunkies too. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see where I got that at. Okay. Get it in, man. Get it in. Let's talk about bonding. Got an email the other day. Matter of fact, it was a couple of weeks ago, but I just, I don't know how I missed it. I don't know how I missed it, but a brother hit me up. Just got a dog from a guy, you know, that's been holding the dog from somebody else, and you know all of these stories about the dog. You know, the guy that it originally came from had about 60, 70 dogs, and I actually know the guy. Um, but you know, the dog, it had a sister. They got rid of her because she was too skittish. And then here go the brother. He's skittish as hell, you know. My thing is, you know, these dogs need they need your contact and your interaction in order to be well rounded off. They need to be around things that, you know, are not foreign to them. You know, like you got to put dogs in certain environments for them to succeed, I believe. You know, um, it's far too many times I see, guys that got a lot of dogs that are not socializing the dogs, and the dogs are turning out to be a certain way. And a lot of it is genetics. A lot of it is genetics. A lot of it is straight up the environment that you keep the dog in. It's just not really a warming, friendly type of environment. A lot of people raise these dogs on yards to where they have very little interaction with the puppies. They very rarely, there's no kids playing in the backyard. There's no, even neighbors, create different foreign noises and different things. I had a neighbor, he used to play soccer in the backyard. Got trash can lids screwed to the tree, and what I'm saying, a couple targets on the couple of the trees in the backyard. He's kicking the ball, trying to hit the. I thought he had a lot of talent. I never seen him play, but just me working on my side of the fence, watching him do his thing and making noise and everything that was stimulating to my dogs as well. Sometimes uh if I had my setup here, I would live stream with my dogs. They'll hear me arguing, hear me, we going in. I'm saying what's up to the homies, what's up in the chat. Sometimes you got to do your everyday things around your dogs. Remember, they're not going to tell on you. They're your best friend, so those dogs, I have a lot of phone conversations around my dogs. It's the little bit of bond time that doesn't take no time. It doesn't take no time for me to set up a picnic table around my kennel setup. Let's say I got like 6 kennels in a L shape, and then I got a picnic table right there to where I could set up my camera. I could sit here on my computer. I could, talk to the dogs, go up to the cage, pet them, give them extra water, different things, teach them how to behave, teach them how to be around, the environment that I got them in. It's not overwhelming environment to where the dogs are wanting to get after each other. I mean, those are the type of things that you want to do when you're fine tuning and bonding your yard and bonding with the animals on your yard. I'm still a firm believer. I think you should be in charge of everything. Yeah, that's the mother of the litter, but you the father of the litter. If you're a male or if you're a female, you're the mother of the whole situation. You mothered the whole situation, you know, from the choice of the stud, the choice of her. So you got to take those things into your responsibility. I think that every uh puppy should be held and examined at birth. It shouldn't be weeks that you go by, rather if it's a good mom or not, that they need human contact from the jump. That eliminates a lot of the fear factor and all of the, what I'm saying, everything that you do. I mean, if you think about it, like we don't do a lot of things because of the fear factor, but driving in the car is some scary shit. Like we go on bridges and we do all of this shit that doesn't scare you at all because you've been doing it ever since you was a baby. You've been doing this shit, flying a fucking airplane. I had to really think about it. Like that's some really scary ass shit, but it's normalized to you, as a human. So a lot of the other shit like mountain climbing and rock climbing and different things like that, you'll be terrified because that's out of your nature. It's something that you're not familiar with doing, being around more than 2 or 3 people. That's the thing. You want to have your dogs, to where that they can be exposed to a lot of people, and you keep them safe at all times. The dog safety and everything is the most important thing. I'm not just saying throw the dog out there. Right. So the bonding time, I always kept a crate in the back of my joint. It's very rare I just let dogs just run in my shit like that, depending on what car I got. I had one that I just get dog food and supplies and different shit like that. A dog could jump up in there, but um if it was an everyday driver or what I'm saying, something that I'm in every day, because I'm not in that only maybe once a week, and I really need to bond with a dog, or the dog is going to be doing something or traveling and needed to be acclimated, then I would make that extra time to get that dog and get him out, with me. Shit, he blowing blunts with me. Fuck it. I crack the window for him. He cool. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Of course, the tree huggers, they going, oh, he smoked weed with his dog and shit. They gonna think I put the blunt up to his mouth. Come on, man. But bonding is a huge thing. It's not everything, though. It's not everything that takes so much time, but some of the things that you can do take really no time. Like, I would have a nice crate with the dog, with the big doggy rug or something, burlap sack or something up in there. And not so the dog can be in there and get to chewing on shit and get to, what I'm saying? But this is the time where he knows that he's not supposed to do that, because I'm sitting here watching him. I'm correcting him. Like, nah, you're not doing that. We're not going there today. You're not about to be chewing on this, So he'll have that interaction, dealing with me, knowing my voice, hearing different sounds. So it's all how you do it. You just got to be creative. There's a lot of times that our dog could be spinning around us, just kind of in the corner, in the cut. Just let him chill in the cut. A lot of that time is good time. He's like, wait a minute, I know this motherfucker. I know when he's mad. I know, he's getting to know you. He's observing a lot in a safe environment, to where he doesn't have to be like that. So I would try all of that before you toss them from yard to yard like that, because I think this one's gonna be all right. I told him some good things to do, and I think he's gonna be all right. The other one is probably just gonna get tossed on, because nobody's gonna cherish where those dogs came from. How many of those dogs are still around? Nobody's gonna cherish that. And it's not always the breeder's fault. Sometimes it's us that neglect the dog and don't give the dog the proper socialization after. He's probably fine as a pup. You got videos, everything. He in the pen with eight other pups. He was fine. You did? Hey man, share the stream, share the stream. Hey, if you support Buck City Reloaded, you support APBT Magazine, everything that we got going on, Team Mike, Cracking Kennels, everything. Share the videos. Share the videos. Share this one right here, just to turn somebody on. Hey man, it's a podcast. They be going in talking about dogs. Sometimes it get lit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we talk about Grimace and shit like that. But for the most part, it's educational, and these guys is doing something positive. Just all it take is one share. Everybody that watched this video, if you want to share it 100 times, share it 100 times. But just to grow, it just takes one share. Let the video get into somebody's hands that can make a difference. We're just here to spark the conversation. That's all we're trying to do. So do that, man. Share the videos, share the clips. If it's some good clips that you guys like in the videos, man, just don't throw a dog a bone. Let people know where you got it from, but take those clips and eat off of that shit. Eat off of the Instagram algorithm. Help those clips, all of that good game. Help that shit better your situation, better your channel. You could take a 2-minute clip off of this video right here and do it on your channel and spark up a whole hour-long conversation off a 2-minute clip and run your numbers up. You feel me? We got to get it, man. We got to get it. How to create a bloodline in a second.
Girl, you know I really need you. You know I really need you. I need you more. Girl, I need you. Girl, I need you. You know I need you more. Girl, you know I really need you. You know I need you more. And you know I need you. You know I need you. You know I need you more. You know I need you more. Girl, I need you more. Wake up, I can't eat without you. I can't even go to sleep without you. Can't remember days that I went without you. I was locked in this cell and I was thinking about you. You listen to me every time nobody listened to me. You had my back every time. You ain't never down. When I didn't have no money, you kept it around me. And every time I was broke, nobody came around me. I tried to leave you, but I came back. Tried to leave, but you came back. I can't change that. All the time that I wasted, I can't get back. I tried to leave you plenty times, but I always came back. Girl, you know I really need you. You know I really need you. I need you more. Girl, I need you. Girl, I need you. You know I need you more. Girl, you know I really need you. You know I need you more. And you know I need you. You know I need you. You know I need you more. You know I need you more. Girl, I need you more.
20 pints, 60K, I spent that on mud. Got an addiction, I get high, I blew that on drugs. Please don't get all in your feelings, baby, I'm a thug. She stay fly rockin' Christian Dior. I get high up off her energy. I swell up her magazine. And I get sick when I can't score. Watch that drink pour. Too much whiskey over icy, it can give you as a brain. I love you more. I'm on the floor. I pop a Adderall, I can't sleep, I can't snore. I can't sleep, drinking, popping pills. I swear when I'm high, baby, I love you more.
Girl, you know I really need you. You know I really need you. I need you more. Girl, I need you. Girl, I need you. You know I need you more. Girl, you know I really need you. You know I need you more. And you know I need you. You know I need you. You know I need you more. You know I need you more. Girl, I need you more.
Pop it. You know where we at. You know where we at. Vito, what up, brother? Paul Harris, what up, brother? Smash the like button. Lamont Grant, what up, brother? Cracking is cracking. Hey, they better check out the mails off of Lucius Buck. That's a special dog right there, man. He made it off the yard like a day. He made it off the yard like a day before the people came and took the dogs. It was her and one other one that made it off the yard out of her litter. It was a fat litter. I'm kind of shocked. That litter, it would have been amazing to see what those other ones would have been, because she was my pick female, because there was only 2 females. So she was my pick. That's really not, to me, a devastating pick, but the pick of the litter male got taken. So, it is what it is. You rock. What up, brother? Let me see. Yes, sir. How to create a bloodline. How to create a good bloodline. Some of you dudes need to take notes. Okay. We got guys breeding dogs extremely young, I don't know if it's just they're trying to fit in, or, I don't understand it. I think 18 months is young. It's young as hell. You breed that dog, that's young, bruh. That's not, you don't get a badge of honor for that. You're not getting no badge of honor. You're actually on the cusp. I understand those breedings are pivotal, but it cannot just be your practice. This cannot be what it is, man. Creating a good line, it takes a lot of durability from the creator, right? You're gonna have to endure a lot. Once people think that you got your line and this is what you're pretty much done shopping around and you've got your line and you're trying to build on that, they're going to try to come in between that. They're going to try to do everything in their power to come in between you and you creating your bloodline, your good bloodline. Some people stumble across good dogs. Some people only want the best. You're going to have to go through those animals. Let's say you get a good bitch. To me, this is a perfect situation. Let's say you get a good bitch. She's about 5 years old. She's had 2 or 3 litters. So far, 2 of the litters are everything you will want. Everything that you will want, bred 2 different ways, but they everything you want. And the other ones is about 6 or 7 months, and they are, and not to mention she's throwing nice size litters, so you're able to get a large spectrum over what was the average dog in this litter, right? If you're only judging 2 dogs, that's kind of, it's like, okay, one was average, one was a little bit above average. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really give you a huge spectrum. If one was good and one was bad, that doesn't really give you a idea what that litter or what that pairing really is. It's just really telling you off of those 2 dogs. So in my opinion, although I hear a lot of people say that they would rather have a small litter, or they feel that a smaller litter shows you better percentages or whatever it is, as a breeder, if I put my breeding hat on, because I wanted small litters before, but when I put my breeding hat on, it gives me a bigger barometer about those traits and the interchangeability, and it tells me more about what those dogs really meant to each other, right? The chemistry there, like, okay, what they are separate. You see different people in those family of dogs, right? Creating a good bloodline. I think it's about creating it off of a good family of dogs, for one. Hold up, I think Cece's beefing. Oh, he's good. He's good. What they say, take a village. I got a whole village. You dig? But I'm coming to the rescue first. You know me, I'm front line for my little dude. I'm making sure he get the best chance, Okay, so you want this dog to be off a good line of dogs. Not just he's good, but his line of, like, you're no bigger than your line. That's what you want to understand first. It's a lot of dogs that, and we could get, that'll be a whole nother video. I teach you how to breed those. But there's a lot of dogs they're anomalies. Meaning their bloodline really isn't good. Let's just put it like that. Or it's really not above average. You should make it a little sweeter. But every now and then you get a good one out of it. That's why we always say every bloodline's good. It depends on what dog you get out of it. See, unfortunately, when you're dealing with this dog, or everybody's telling you that these dogs really aren't shit, and you're not listening, but you're only focused on the one that's on your yard, I think you have to focus on the whole bloodline in totality. You're not bigger than your whole fucking bloodline, bro. That's just my opinion. It's wake and bake. Salute. GMB Rocco, what up, y'all? Mike Dan, salute. OG's in the building. Salute, man. So I'm going to want this perfect situation. This female that has been breeding, she's been showing, when we see this big 10-pack, we can see traits from uncles and nieces. And, I can see that bloodline coming out of there, not just that one dog. Because one dog is never superior over a family of dogs. A family will take down one man easily, right? There's a plethora of things that you can do as a family. When you talk about the Red Boy dogs, or you talk about the Red Boy Jocko dogs, the Frisco dogs, you talk about all those dogs, there's a whole list of things that those dogs bring to the table, right? So when you get a big litter, you're able to actually see how much those dogs are really into this finished product. Okay. So your perfect situation, you get a bitch that's already been producing good dogs. If you get her and she does the same for you, you give her a chance. You don't just breed this bitch to anybody. You don't breed it to your 9-month-old dog just because he's at the house and he's supposed to be off of some other dog that is still in the, we still don't know if that dog's really producing like that, but you think it's a good idea. You want to take this already good producing bitch and create something that possibly could be great. That's what you want to do. You want to try to make the best breeding possible. That's a layer right there. That's a layer that a lot of us are skipping. Right? They're skipping that. They don't want to raise that puppy up to be that same female that has produced multiple litters, good dogs, and then taking that to that next level. See, now I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to go there. Might be the daddy to one of the males that you created good dogs from, depending on how he was bred or his family of dogs, or the potency of what made the sire that you used before, the same qualities and the same things that you're seeing out of this. You're hoping to get a closer version, a more potent version of it by going to the daddy or the granddaddy if he's still around. And then we talk about the perfect world. Let's say 2 years go by and these dogs are great. 2.5, 3 years go by. These dogs are great. Beautiful conformation. No rickets. Everybody has wind. Everybody has all the characteristics, that you will want. Right? But then you get 5 puppies out of that. Right? And 2 of them they just didn't cut the mustard, or, they weren't the ones that you feel resembled their parents. Because you want to stay on track. You want to create better lanes. Right? That's 40% of that litter. Right? That litter, 40%, that's, the other 3 were great. How great were they? If you got 2 of them that were ridiculously good, 1 of them that was okay, 2 of them that were poor. You can't go off of the ones that are the least, the lesser of. They 3.5 years old. You raise them up. They'll all be good to somebody. Somebody will be able to use it in their program, but you're trying to create a good, sustainable program. It has to be built on some type of work ethic. By you keeping that standard, it's able to pass on genetically, epigenetics. Okay. Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. We in here. Cosmon, what up? Let's get it, man. We're going to open it up. We're going to open it up, man. If you guys ready, man, throw a 1 in the chat if you ready to, pop your shit on here. This is what we do, man. Early. Ain't nobody fucking with us. You know? So the whole time you trying to go up. And if these dogs weren't better than the daddy, then how could you qualify yourself trying to build from that unless there was some type of intrinsic type of values that you got out of it? Okay. How can we say anything about it if it wasn't better? My first couple breedings, I said this to say this, ladies and gentlemen, your first couple breedings, everybody can't go. Everybody can't go on the road. You got to make some tough decisions. You got to make some tough decisions. And sometimes keeping a pair is not conducive to what you're trying to do, especially if you own the parents. Right? Then you take one of those males. He sits around, get some breedings in while he was young. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody, let somebody jump in, you know what I'm saying? When it was good, 20 months, couple cats, you bred them a couple times, farmed a few of them out. You're noticing that the quality and the consistency of these dogs is just hitting a little bit different, right? These dogs, it's kind of hard for you to tell which ones were the best ones. At first, it's like, okay, these two, I get them an A minus. I get this one a good B, and then I get these guys a C, C plus, right? But now you're seeing they all A's and B's, right? Even the underdeveloped one turns out to be a good one, right? You're breeding them to other shit all around. These dogs are just amazingly standing up to the the expectations. They're meeting the expectations. They checking the boxes from this dog. He gets about 5 or 6 years old. You're really noticing that. Not only he was the best gem that came out of the original, the perfect world. He came out of the perfect world. Right? He came out of that perfect storm. There was work put in. You saw that the mom put in her work. She came from a good family. Remember that. So you can't forget that. We can't just pick times of the video to forget certain elements. Right? Those boxes are already checked. I checked those. That's why it takes 10,000 hours or more. I don't know. I don't even know how much you do in dogs, but you know what I'm talking about. Get your 10,000 hours in. Right? Don't try to shortchange. Don't try to shortening. That's not what you want to do, fellas. Because when you get to the end of the road, you don't want this product to be stepped on. When I get to where I need to be and it's time to show, I don't want to be in there talking about I didn't get enough in. Uh-oh. Sneezavelli. Nigel, what up, brother? Good to see you. Salute my brothers. So this dog, he come from a bitch from a good family. She's had a couple of litters, 2 or 3 litters, and continued to do what she was doing. She continued to do what she was doing, even after I either parted with her or I kept her, right? She produces a male that, you know, let's say she's gone and, you know, 5 years later, 6 years later, you know, this male off of her starts to produce all these good dogs. Oh, yeah. Nah, brother. Get that money, man. Get that bread. You know what I'm saying? You have 5 of them lined up. You own them all. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Salute to you. That's when creating that good bloodline stands in there. You're not breeding him. There, you got standards. Some people say to approve bitches only or to good bitches only, the bitches that meet my standard. I gotta approve of this. Some people don't stud their dogs out for this very reason. Because the only version that you see of my animal is your dominant bitch on bad traits. You got a bitch that's dominant. She's throwing dominant bad traits. Weak lungs, weak pastures, weak back end. And they try to bring that shit and trying to level up some trash. Leveling up trash. I can see putting the dog in a good position so that it can produce something. But leveling up trash is like throwing cologne on top of must. It's going to get exposed, brother. It's going to get exposed. So we got grifters. They don't have time for this. They're like, man, what the hell is he talking about? That might take me 15, 20 years. That might take me a 10-piece. I don't have that. And then where's the bloodline at? I still ain't got it. Right? I'm going to start breeding off him. I'm going to see how he produces with one of those daughters. He's been producing. He showed me that he's been producing. And now, if he can produce with one of his daughters, maybe she's crossed up a different way. Maybe I threw something else up in there. She turned out to be really good. She produced a couple good dogs. So there's some consistency there. Not just any one of his daughters. Just, oh, let me just breed it to his daughter. What is his daughter proven in that arena? By then, you're well deep into the pedigree. Different breedings you're doing, different stuff you've done. You know, this dog keeps producing. You inbreed him, he's producing. You line breed his stock, it's producing, right? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to find out that you've captivated, you've collected the right DNA that's going to help you continue to make good dogs. You want those dogs in the pedigree. That's what creates your line. It wasn't off the mama. All those memories that you had, all of those good dogs that she's produced too, all of that, it wasn't off of her. It was off the son. And sometimes it takes more generations. But in that perfect world, you breed 2 producing good dogs and you have a decent sized litter. And you're not cheating yourself, just breeding with the less superior dog, just trying to keep some shit alive just so you could sell some puppies. That's not going to work, bro. Right? Then there might be another line that you cross your line into. Let's say your line gets the way it is. You hit the ceiling. You're not really seeing much of an incline. Right? You cross it up, you get that same frequency again. That's how you know that you captivated a whole lot of good DNA, that those dogs, you've collected it in there. That's what you want to keep together. You want to keep those dogs tight. That's what they did to Bolio. That's what they did to Frisco. A dog that stands out and produces above others. That's the one you want to breed to when you're creating your bloodline. Make sure your bitch is bringing something to the table. Breed to the best producing male that you can breed to. It might not be on your yard. You might think that you got 6 or 7 males on your yard. That's not, those dogs are not necessarily good breeders, and they're most likely probably not. Most of your dogs, it's just anybody's dogs, bro. Anybody's dogs. Just fly by night. You grab one from here, 2 from there, 1 from here, 1 from there, 1 from there. Like, bro, it's like Battleship, bro. You missing a target every time. You know, I'm not saying you can't produce something good. I'm not saying that you can't produce something better than the guy that next door, but you gotta breed to the guy. You gotta breed to the guy. That's how it goes, man. It can't be always based on pedigree. Now, if you're trying something, you're trying something. Like I said, me and my Asian partner, we used to breed fish. You know, when we're doing F1s and F2s and shit, you know, different dogs. I mean, different breeds of fish, crossing them and shit. You know, that's pretty much goofing off, you know. It's only going to be a selected amount of individuals that's really going to be interested in those dogs or those fish. But when you breed species specific, you know, that's a bigger audience because they always want pure. People want purity. Right? So you got to follow those traits, get something that's producing, and then offer your dogs to the public at that point. It doesn't take 100 breedings. You know, you can accomplish that. It takes time, but you can accomplish that. Now that I know I got my shit locked in, I do my crosses, I'm getting that same frequency, I'm doing my shit, I can cross my dogs up. And I know that more than not, people are going to be happy with the product that they get. If they have it in good hands, they're going to be happy with the product. They're going to be happy, brother. And that's how your bloodline starts. It starts from people appreciating what you've put out. They like the dogs that you put out. They appreciate everything that you've done, the dogs that you've collected, the dogs, you know, they're looking at your pedigree. Oh man, he's got the honey bunch right here. You know, this is perfect. And those dogs are good. I've seen those dogs. Those are good dogs. We know when it's old school. We know when we see something that reminds us of the old days, man. We know. Yo,
My brother. What's the word? Man, just chilling, smoking, listening to these diamonds you dropping. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Where else you gonna get some shit like this?
The bloodline's gonna be made off of success.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And you gotta, in order to have success, you really gotta have dogs that pack in the genetic trait to produce, and they can produce generation after generation. Because you gotta understand, some people might buy your dogs and they might not do nothing with them but breed them. And
right.
They still have to have the genetic capability to possibly produce good dogs still. You know, you don't, just because they don't do anything with them, you don't get an excuse for that.
No, not at all. No.
So you had better do your research when you're breeding your dogs, man. That's all I got on that one.
Right. Don't just jump on something and think that you're going to get something out of that. In actuality, you might not get shit for a few years till you find that right one.
Yeah.
I've seen my homies go through that shit.
Yes, sir. It's a cold game, man. Dudes, they won't take none of those processes. They'll just jump out here and then, and they get mad. Like I see dudes that been selling dogs for 2 or 3 years getting mad because people are choosing up on other dogs and this and that. They're not getting the type of business that they feel that they deserve because dog food costs a lot of money and this and this, and they feel like they should get this. Bro, it's more to it than that. I think half of the people in this economy, let's say the people that's going to be buying dogs for the next 6 months, I think half of those guys are going to be like nostalgic type of guys. They want a certain dog. They want, a certain type of dog, right?
Yeah.
They don't just want your scatterbred shit that, you just started breeding 2 or 3 years ago. It's no offense. And we understand that, yeah, that could be the best dog or the best option. A lot of times it is, even back in the day, you get all this designer blood and shit, and then it be the old man that just got solid ass fucking dogs and he just do his thing. He don't even be fucking around with motherfuckers.
Nah.
And he got good dogs, straight up.
You got to go to a real dog man, bro. You got to go to a real dog man that got real credentials, And you'll see it in the Peds. Shit, you'll see how he bred his shit and everything, bro. You can't just jump on something just because you think it's gonna fit. You gotta have the right fit, period, for your program, or your shit gonna be fucked for years.
Yeah, nah, cold game, man. So somebody hit me up, and I guess 2 dogs. I told him I can't, because I don't know. He had who he thought stole his dogs, and he wanted me to put it on the show and all of this shit. And they fuck with us. I told him I ain't gonna, they fuck with us. It's one of our guys. But I really can't get into that because, my thing is you don't even know exactly who did it. That's where I came in at it. Like, well, how do you know? Blah, blah, blah. It's all this shit. He's greasy. He did this to this person, that person, but you still didn't pinpoint what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a cold ass game. You got to understand, everybody, that's your boy. And, your boy might just talk too much. Your boy, I had a boy. He was my biggest cheerleader, dog. And at the end of the day, this dude was probably the dude that'll get me robbed. You know what I'm saying? Because he cheerleads so fucking much that he run his mouth too fucking much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So get you some cameras, bro. Get some cameras put up. I think that helps out even with the you documenting that you're taking care of your dogs too. If you're on this camera every day taking care of your dogs, rather if it's 5 minutes here, 10 minutes, 20 minutes there, that's gonna be good. Plus, you can actually find out, like who stole your dog, bro.
Yeah.
That's huge, man.
Man, it's a cold world, brother. It's a cold world.
A
motherfucker gonna want what you have. They gonna take it if they can. They gonna take it. I ain't gonna lie. If you took one of mine, you a bad motherfucker. Because you gonna have to shoot one of them motherfuckers. You ain't just gonna walk up and grab it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a dog that if they see somebody unfamiliar, they going off, man.
Yes, sir.
And then you looking all timid and shit, you grabbing him and shit. He don't even know you, bro. He's not fucking with you. I love a dog like that. I love a dog like that.
I swear to God, bro. Them the ones you say fuck around and find out.
Yeah, get cameras, man. Cause like I said, it could be some inside shit. Cause he might bark at somebody else, but there might be some inside dudes that visit your yard and dudes that you let get too close. You gotta watch it, man. Dudes are thieves. They've been thieves before they gotten dogs, So if you get a real thief, he's just gonna take the advantage and take something that he feel like he could do it. It's a challenge for him. A lot of times it's really no malice. You get around thieves, that's the thieving ass personality that these motherfuckers have. It ain't never been no respect that they got for nobody. When you got that level of disrespect for your fellow brother, then you're liable to do anything, man. You're liable to do any goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. Facts. Motherfucker will steal from you. Motherfucker will tell on you. Motherfucker do all types of shit. And that's only if you let them. I had a homeboy, this motherfucker, everywhere he went, he used to steal. I finally cut him off. I said, man, you finna get us in some shit. All he do is look for licks. Please take a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cold
weatherman. The weatherman. See, we ain't did this one, man. We ain't did this one. Hey man,
putting it in
smash
the
that
freezer.
like button. Smash that like button. You know, when I grew up, I always wanted to be a weatherman. That was my thing.
I don't know,
Now this
Buck.
the
I
first
can't
time,
do
I get to
that.
be the motherfucking weatherman for the day. So you guys, man, make sure them dogs is this is Wake and Bake Morning Dog
Buck City
News,
forecast. Buck City
Buck City
forecast.
forecast. This is the first forecast broadcast. If you guys are in any of these areas, pay attention closely to the detail on the screen, because if you see like in the red and stuff, those they getting hot. You got to look at the colors.
Yeah.
You can't just look at the numbers. The numbers are accurate. When I first looked at it, I said, wait a minute, this ain't accurate, but they're very accurate. And it depending on where you're at, it's gonna be this color or that color. You know what I'm saying? So when it gets orange, you getting up in the hundreds. You
Yeah.
damn near 100. If it's red, you 110, 120.
One-
So you see, like in certain parts of California, and you see that certain parts of that Arizona and shit, you know what I'm saying? Up in them little creases, they got red temperatures and shit. And then you see over there, like in the Carolinas, where everybody been saying it been really hot, you could see that they got like some orange splotches and yellow splotches, a lot of yellow. That's that 90. When you up in that yellow, you see we chilling over in the West Coast. You got the green 70, 60, 70. Today the sun ain't even out.
Dickie for the super sticker.
Hold up. My guy, Dickie Foster
Oh,
with the super sick. Appreciate you, my brother.
I never knew that I would do numbers like this. I make a move. I'm tryna win, ain't tryna lose. I'm tryna win, ain't tryna lose.
Yes, sir. Hey, Dickie, man, appreciate you, my brother.
Salute.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if anybody's in those areas, you know how to navigate. If you're transporting dogs, we just talked about having AC and running the AC units and all of this stuff. If you in any of these areas, just be careful, man. When you're traveling. Hopefully I can remember. We're gonna keep doing this little weatherman broadcast.
You should.
You
You might save
dig?
a lot of dollars, my brother.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to do as much as we can for the community, man. Just like I said with bonding, it's not doing a lot, but it's doing a lot. Like we're not doing a lot by just getting up on here popping these peas, man. Because
Yes,
we can
sir.
pop these motherfucking peas in our sleep. You dig? But we doing a lot because this does help people know about their geographic locations, different times of the year.
Where you
So,
going, all that shit. Yes,
salute.
The Wake and Bake Buck City Reloaded.
Salute. Weak ass niggas in the booth, they a liar. I don't give a fuck. I never smoke bam, I smoke fire. Because I'm never gonna fucking retire. Every time I smoke that weed, nigga, I get higher and higher.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. APBT Magazine Volume 2. Go get the APBT Magazine. Hold on, let me drop the link. Let me make sure
And
I
don't
drop the
forget
link.
to hashtag that shit when you
Let
post
me
it
make
too.
sure I drop this link in the chat for you. Hold up.
Yeah. Make sure y'all hashtag APPT Magazine if you're gonna post it.
Yeah, let's get it out there, man. You guys can also save that link and get down on it. You know what I'm saying? We can put it together.
But what you think about if you transporting dogs to keep cups of ice or bags of ice, at least to keep your animals cool?
Yeah, well, shit, if I was transport, I'm gonna have me a cooler off the rip. So just because I like doing and moving, and a lot of times
Yeah.
stopping to eat. You know,
Yeah.
that's too much bullshitting. You know what I'm saying?
That's that fun shit that come with it.
Yeah, that's cool, but that's, you know, sometimes I just want to get rid of these goddamn dogs and get them to fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Go to their new home and shit.
yeah, get them motherfuckers up all. One dude, he hate dog. He the best transporter in the world. He hate dogs.
That's
He tell
crazy.
you. He said, man, that's why I get there fast. He the fastest transporter. You know, he get because once he get all them dogs gone, he's done. He travel. He traveled to, you know, all over. You know,
Yeah.
he one of them passport bros. So
No
he
shit.
you know, so once he done, it don't matter where he end up. Washington, Oregon, California.
Brazil.
You know, he doing his thing, and then he'll pop back up, ready to do some transports. He was a good dude, man.
He's still
He
around.
said Borderland the best.
Borderland.
Luke, Borderland's a good guy, man.
Breezy, my brother. I love Breezy.
That's my guy, man.
Yes,
Borderland, man. We need more Borderlands, around. Make sure you guys go subscribe to that brother's channel over there. He's getting it in.
Yeah, he's solid. No flunky.
Hey, man, we doing it.
Look
we
at
doing
that shit.
it, man.
People together, not separating, bringing people together.
We doing it. You know, APBT magazine. I shipped out. I got a few to ship out today. I'm gonna get on this press. I gotta get on these commercials and different press and different stuff like that. We gonna attack it like that. So I can't be up on here too long, but
we'll keep that for the back streets.
Yeah, man, we gotta get it. We gotta get it, man.
Work.
If you see Grimace, tell him it's all good, bro.
It's all good, bro. Get me a combo number 3.
I'm not trying to end your career and that, and it's all good, bro. I won't go so hard, man.
He was crying on Legends of All Bulldogs.
Oh, my guy Paul Harris with the super chat. My guy Paul Harris with the Cash App. Hold up.
Let's get
Hold up, Paul.
I never knew that I would do numbers like this. I make a move. I'm tryna win. Ain't tryna lose. I'm tryna win. Ain't tryna lose.
Appreciate you, my brother. Yes, sir. Hey, man, look, we getting it in. It was a good little show, man. I had to pop up.
Yeah.
They didn't know what we was gonna do. They thought we was gonna be stuck on yesterday.
Nah.
Yesterday, that's over and done with,
yesterday.
man.
We moving forward every day.
I'm sorry if you guys came to hear a non-mention because we didn't mention you. It's all good, man. Everybody stay up. Stay up. Let me get on this back street, man. I gotta get on these back streets. Back streets is calling me, man. The back streets is calling me.
Another win.
Another win. Another one in the books. APBT magazine. Go get your copy. Hold on. Let me throw the number back up there. Throw the number back up there. Boom. Go get your copy. Text me to get a copy. Hit me on IG to get a copy. You can email me, get a copy. Yes, all of that. All of that, man. Don't forget, we giving out a puppy. APBT magazine hashtag. Whoever got the hashtag APBT magazine on any social media platform, we're going to be picking maybe 5 or 10 finalists. We're going to go through, put everybody that we see in a hat, and then we're going to have a drawing for a free puppy. So get on in, get on in. That's going to be happening real soon. make sure you promote.
Yes,
It
sir.
takes one share.
That's it.
One share, man. Share this with
Free.
somebody. Share it in your phone. Share the channel. Share what we trying to do. Share the magazine. Send those QR codes. You could take a picture of the QR code. You could send the QR code. Anything that we could do to grow. That's all we're trying to do, you know. And that's important. Let me see. Let me see my IG.
Man, make sure y'all got water for them dogs, bro.
Let me see my IG. There go my IG. If you're over there on Instagram, Buck City Kennels _ catalog.
Yes, sir.
That's a IG for me. I don't really post a lot, but I do check my inbox. That's what I do. That's what I do. What up, Saul?
Big soft part of their ass. I'm telling you,
Soft part Saul.
You might have your mic muted, man.
Nah, he's on there. I just can't hear him.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, nah, we're gonna get on these back streets though.
Bet.
On these back streets, man. I'm gonna tap in, man. You guys got my contacts. It's all through the thing, man. It's a good show, man. See you guys on the next one. Who knows? We might pop up later. You never know.
We out.